here. Flosstube. Yeah. Returning from the depths. Hello. Hi. Howdy, partner. Welcome back. Hi, Flosstube. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. No. Mr. Cotta. I don't. No. Well, hi there. Welcome back. My name is Angel, and I am the Elegant Thread. So I don't. Just playing around. Some other floss tubers I've noticed say, like, this is the fourth take, and you don't see the other ones. So often, yes, there are multiple takes, and hopefully you don't hear my dryer buzz, but you might. It's a challenge. You talk to yourself all the time. At least I talk to myself all the time. But now I'm talking to myself, but not myself, because I'm talking to you guys, but you're not here, and it appears to be myself. So that is a little weird and awkward and a challenge to do. So who knew? Who knew to sit in front of your phone and talk to it would be such a challenge. Hi. Again, my name's Angel. This is a channel about cross stitch. So hopefully that's what you're here for. I want to give you some updates. I've been doing a little bit of stitching and some things. I've been watching some Flosstube, getting all kinds of inspiration. Let's see. I don't normally do life updates, but maybe I'll do one. So, life update. I was in a bicycle accident, but I'm doing much better now. It was bicycle versus scooter, and the bicycle lost head-on in the bike lane, but that's okay. My leg is not broken. But I got my very first ambulance ride ever. Woo! Yes, I'm just a little black and blue, limping around, doing just fine. So, I'll be riding again, but boy, a lot of damage to my bike. Oopsie. Okay, that's my only life update. Isn't that sad? Because I don't have children, and everyone talks about their children or their grandchildren or I don't know, other things going on. So I've been doing a lot of sewing, and and I'm going with my mom in December. We're going to Needleworkers Delight in Williamsburg, and I talked to her yesterday about that, and she's very excited. So that is the life update. I even wrote stuff down. I'm sure everybody does this. Why do you call them show notes? That right there makes me nervous because it's not a show, it's a conversation. I hope that you're stitching. I hope that you're sitting in a comfortable place with a cup of coffee and you're stitching. I have my coffee. And my cup from the Navy Postgraduate School that is almost completely rubbed off. Yeah, that's where I got my MBA. So, all right. And am I using it? You know what I learned when I got my MBA? I don't want any kind of job that has anything to do with an MBA. That's what I learned. So yay! 2 years for that. I figured I would start, since we're heading into fall. It is Sampler September, and I know it's almost the end of Sampler September. I apologize. I just haven't get it together to, make a floss tube. And you'll see, I'm kind of a mess. I'm all over the place. But it is Sampler September. That in itself would be my favorite month. Thank you, Teresa Vanette, aka Kitten Stitcher, aka Shakespeare's Peddler, aka the best sampler person ever. So, next to Nicola Parkman, but that's completely different. Okay, I wanted to show you some. I don't have any FFOs, current FFOs, but I just pulled out a couple of things that I have. I sewed things, and I keep these big rolls of, I've shown them before, of cross stitch that I don't even know what to do with. Someday maybe I'll do something with them. And I don't have my book yet. It's still in storage that says what the count of the linen is and who the designer is and all of that. So I don't have that. So if you recognize it and you say, hey, that's blah, 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 good on you. I don't really have the ability to do that. So, but I'll show you anyways. It is Sampler September, and in honor of Sampler September, I'll show you this one. This, I guess, is technically a sampler. I believe, I want to say it's called Starry Night by Bent Creek, but don't quote me on that. That's what I think it is. I think I've seen one other stitcher do it. I did this one in 2001. That tells you how long ago. I have lots of stitching that's old. It's on linen, and I used all the called for threads or cotton threads. They're over dyed, probably a week's or something like that. Classic Colorworks, whatever. It was not a kit. I remember I bought the pattern and I did it. In 2001, I actually was stationed in Oklahoma City, and I used to go to the Silver Needle to their stitching, occasionally to their stitching night, whatever, and that's where I bought this pattern, I believe, I think. Yay! Long time ago, but it looks nice, and I haven't framed it or done anything with it. Rolled up. And in honor of, I mean, it's not fall here. It's 81 degrees today, but in some places it's fall, like Maine. Yeah, I did this a while ago. Let's see, 1999. We're getting older. Yes, this is a whole set, and I've done. Let's see, I've done the whole set. So I have winter, I have spring, I have the fall. Summer. So I was going to, I don't know, frame each of them and kind of put them in a, together somewhere, but they all came. I don't remember who the designer is. Eventually when I get my book, I'll pull them all back out, maybe all of them, and then I'll talk about it. So they were all this size, all little band samplers. It's in cotton. I believe they might have been kits, but don't quote me on that. And they all have a little button on them. This one has a little pumpkin button. So cute. Autumn Harvest, September, October, November. I really enjoyed stitching these. I really like band samplers. Why do I not do more band samplers? I don't know, but I really like them. So here we go, 1999. What? It's like not even Thursday, throwback Tuesday. Yeah, that. Okay. And now I'll go over my whips before I get snarky. My whips. I put all of the stitching on something so I can show you, but then I didn't pull out the books. I mean, what good is that? None. Okay. Oh no, we have needle minders for days. Okay. Sorry about that. Gone for a second. I lost my needle minder. So this one is, it's a little like painted ceramic. It almost feels like ivory, a painted ceramic, and it's from France. It even says France right there on the back. Don't know if you can see it. There you go. It was a gift. A friend gave it to me, and I made a little needle minder with it, and I actually keep it with my Paris set. So, from France, I keep it with my Paris set. Yay! So that's it. Okay. Why do I keep this one in there? I don't know, because I like this set. I am doing a stitch along with the Sunshine Stitchers. I'm doing the Rosewood Manor Sal, and I'm doing Autumn Quakers. A lot of people are doing Autumn Quakers. I believe Garon Bags had a bag that went with it, and it was specific to Autumn Quakers, but other people are doing it's just Rosewood Manor Sal, Rosewood Sal. So you can do any Rosewood Manor pattern, but I'm doing the Autumn Quaker because I had previously completed, I believe it was spring, but when I'm all done with them, I'll pull them out and we can see them all together. I did the other one on the called for size of linen and the called for I use the Valdani packs that you can get to go with it. and I did it with the 3. It's a 3-strand ball in the Valdani, and I did it with the 3, and it's rather large. It's 28 count, so it's rather big, and it's bulky. Like, it's really bulky. So this time I went in to get some linen, and it turns out it's 46 count. I thought it was 40, but it's 46 count, and I'm using 1 strand of the Valdani off the ball. Yes, you can divide it, and yes, you can stitch with it. So for example, if you wanted to do a 36 or 32 count and use 2 strands, that would be great. 36, 2 strands. Once you get to 40 and up, 1 strand is probably better. This is where I am. Yay! I just wanted to finish this piece because I wanted to see it, you know. There actually is a huge mistake somewhere. This little guy is over like a few stitches, 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many this way. But not these things. So these things are all in the right proportion, but this guy is over a little bit. So I'm just gonna keep stitching. And luckily it's a motif sampler. So you can do that. It probably visually at the end you won't even notice, because as you saw in the picture, it's a very kind of crowded sampler. So, and I like that. So I'll just continue with the motifs, and only you and I, secret between us, will know that this guy is, boop, boop, he's over too far. I am not ripping that out. Oh, no. No. Yeah. Ta-da! I kind of like it. And it's little. So as a break from this 46 count, and in honor of Sampler September, have been stitching something else. Ooh. Oh, making a mess. I've been stitching this sampler. It's from the Scarlett house. It's called a Dutch sampler, Ceesie Smitt. I got this one at summer school at the attic this year. This was taught. This is the very first class that they taught. The Scarlett house. Oh, you gotta love the Scarlett house. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of a thing where I don't know if it looks like the picture, I don't know. So here's my progress on it. I have a little bit of the border done, and I did some of the motifs inside. I like to do the motifs because I need to have a little bit of gratification, you know what I mean? I need to have a little bit of something done. So that's why I like motif samplers when I like band samplers. This poor fellow, you know, today I did a little stitching this morning, just a little bit. And this morning was brought to you by Senior Frog. Because I did nothing but frogging of this thing. So I had this done all the way over to here, and I realized that there was an extra stitch back over the H. So all of it didn't fit. So I ripped it all out, all the way back to the H. I even had the little red flowers and everything in there. So then I went back and I stitched. So, you know, half my time was spent ripping out and half my time was spent stitching. I'm sure all of you have experienced that. You know what? I put this thing on here. Hold on. Oh, it's not even working. Okay. Anywho, it was a light so that you could see things better, but hopefully you can see. I like it. Now that I'm stitching it, it's whatever, it was a kit. So, I mean, I could tell you what it's on, but I'd have to dig around. Let's see. Yeah, it's on, I should show it to you while I'm doing this. Heartland Linen from Picture This Plus. It's 40 count. And I'm doing 1 strand over 2. Gentle Art and Weeks Dye Works is what came with the kit. I will tell you, this stuff knots like a somebody. So it just makes knots. I thought silk would make more knots than this, but boy, this stuff is crazy knotty. So this is how, I'm all over the place. This is how the threads came. Cute, huh? Came on a little card, a little rooster on it. And these are all the threads. And you know, I'll do it, Nicole's needlework, you know, she does this thing where she combs them and they look so fabulous. It looks like it'd be really great. Okay, this card, because they're curled up on the card, you know, you just pull one straight out and it's fine, but it comes out really curly and it knots immediately, like a lot. And it's really, really hard to keep it from that, even when you hold your finger on it and, you know, and make sure it's smooth. So the kit came with this little wax rooster. He's in there, I'm not taking him out, you can use your imagination, from Lady Dot Creates. And at first I thought, you know, why did they come with a wax rooster? That's cute, but I don't think I've never used a wax rooster. Now I know. So I've been putting these, you know, just one little, stroking it through the wax before I stitch, and it has cut down, not eliminated, but it's cut down on the knots. The one that knots the most is the green. Oh my goodness. So if anybody out there is doing this and they have, are you getting, green is hell to work with. Red seems to be nice. And I've heard other people say that, like certain colors are easier to work with than others. And they're probably all based on the same strands, you know, cotton strands. They're just dyed, but it's interesting. Maybe it's because this is in a bigger clump. I don't know. But it does knot up a lot, so it makes it a little bit slow going. Yes. So after this, right in here, let me use this as my pointer. Right in here is where my name will go, and the date, I believe, will go in here. We're not gonna date it because no telling. This could be 2024. I don't know. But sampler September. This is a sampler, and yay! So that's 2 samplers that I'm working on for sampler September. Okay. I am also reaching back. I'm not in my chair today. I'm using my chair as my table. There you go. I am a member of the EGA, the Embroiderers Guild of America, here in Washington, D.C. We have an area guild, and we all signed up to take a class, this sweet bag class through the EGA. This is what we're making. I have never done embroidery, no, and I'm probably starting with a project that's a little bit more advanced than me. Okay, but I can cross stitch and I can do specialty stitches like nobody's business. I love them. So, you know, I thought, well, the other ladies are doing it. I thought it'd be a little bit more cross stitchy, but it's not. No. It's very interesting to read about 16th and 17th century needlework. Wow, and stitches, and stuff is very historical. It's fascinating. So I'm still on lesson 1. It took me a while to prep my linen for this. So I've prepped it. The bag is 2 sides, and then you stitch it. Here's a picture. 2 sides, and you stitch both sides, and then you fold it in half. You fold it in half, boop. So the sides, put thing, drawstring, and then you use your imagination, make a bag, a purse. There is an option to do it all in one, or to do 1 square and 1 square. So I chose the 1 square and 1 square, and a lot of ladies did. They recommended it, especially for new people, because you can hold it easier. Okay, so I did that, and I transferred, you have to transfer the design onto your linen, and I'm using, I believe it's a 38 count linen, and there's the design drawn on, and this is a tent stitch, which for all of us cross stitchers, we know it as the half cross stitch, just 1 half. And that is going to be used to outline everything, and then you fill in with other stitches, specialty stitches and things like that. My needle minder, my little Adirondack chair needle minder, yay! It's from the camping collection. My little bicycle bags where I keep it. And then I also did the other side. I prepared it on a little frame. I needed an 8x8 frame. Couldn't find just 8x8 frame things like on Amazon. So what did I do? I bought a pack, 2 packs of multiple sizes. So now I have I have a ton of these things, but I can only make 1 frame out of the 2 packs. Because 2 sides, and that's nuts. I thought the pack would come with enough to make 1 whole frame in that size, but it doesn't. It only comes with 2 of that size. Well, okay. Here we go. Here's the one. Oh, are you having problems seeing that? I never even occurred to me that you wouldn't be able to see it. There. Can you see it better? Yeah, that's one half of it. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty. It'll be, you know, and there we go. And I put it in the hoop, because I didn't have another square, right? But this hoop, and it fits really well in the hoop. And I'll just leave it there. It's not like a cross stitch. You don't have to take it in and out, you know, because you're not worried about the lines, because you're gonna sew it all together. It's gonna be full, and then you're gonna sew it all together. So there's that. I could say, it's my whip. If I worked on it a little more, oh goodness, it's daunting. It's daunting. And I never thought I would think that something with thread and needle is daunting. So, wow. With that. Okay, so those are all my whips. Really, it's only, 3 whips. I have a lot of old things, but I just leave them there. I'm almost a monogamous stitcher, but I mean, damn you, Nicole's needlework, because she does the most wonderful things, and I should not have gone back and watched her Mania videos, because she does such beautiful stuff. So Nicole's needlework, if you do samplers, I'm sure that you already watch her. So watching her gets me in trouble. So instead of what's the show? Oh, this is what happens. It's like doing math in public. You know, you're like, 2 1 + 1. I don't know. People are watching. Okay. Anywho, the radio show with Gary Park. Okay. Ding. Instead of that made me buy it. I think I'm getting Alzheimer's. This is crazy. Okay. It's Nicole's needlework made me buy it. So Nicole, #Nicole made me buy it. So I purchased a whole bunch of Blackbird designs because she's doing a few of them. And man, I didn't realize how wonderful these books are. I think all of the Blackbird designs I had paid attention to were the ones that were individual. You know, you just buy the single design. And I've purchased one of these one of these books before, but I haven't seen their full collection of books. And I hear that like they go out of print and now they become, you can't get them. And they're worth a lot of money and stuff. I don't want them because they're a lot of money. I want them because they have beautiful things in them. So, Ooh La La by Blackbird Designs. I purchased this one. And, oh, look at all these beautiful projects. Oh my goodness. And there's a little sweet bag. Yeah. So maybe I'll do another bag. And it's in red work, which is fantastic. I want to do some red work. I know Daylene at So Grateful is doing one in red and says it's very relaxing, and I can't wait to do that. As well as that wonderful lady who's in like Vancouver. Anyway, she does a lot of red work. You have no idea who I'm talking about. I should write it down. Did I write it down this time? No, I did not. So these are what's in this. Ooh La La. Wow! Okay, maybe you're gonna be excited too. The minute after I finished washing and drooling, I immediately got on Sassy Jack's website, and now I am the proud owner of these. The Bells on Christmas Day. A lot of people have this one. I'm sure you've heard of it. If not, run, don't walk, to go have a look and get it before you can't get it. I like this one. You know what I really love on this one? This sampler. Oh my Lord, look at this. Okay. Yeah. Going to do that one, in another lifetime when I get the chance. And then the gift is small, because I've been wanting to do smalls for some friends of mine, and I did one small and I just wasn't happy with I kind of made it up. I wasn't happy with the colors. So I think these colors are really beautiful. And this is exactly kind of what I'm looking for. Little pin cushions and pillows and drums. It's very, very cute. And it's with something little that you can put it on a little box, you can frame it. Those are really sweet. to give to your friends. And maybe someday I'll go to a retreat where they have a smalls exchange. Who knows? One more that's not Blackbird. Oh my goodness. This is the Barbara Anna Designs. It's Midnight, and it says, "'Tis now the very witching time of night." William Shakespeare. It's a William Shakespeare quote. This is published by Creative Poppy. Now, of course, I've heard that. People talking about that on Flosstube. This is a very interesting pattern. So I bought the pattern because I don't download things. I don't work from my iPad or anything like that. I like to have a hard copy pattern for now. I just haven't transitioned into the electronic stitching realm. This pattern came with a full color of this, full page color of this. It also came with a full page color of just the top part. And then another full page color of just the bottom. So like, okay, they're separated. Then it also came with a full page of this in black and white. So there's like 4 patterns in here. And they're all on really nice paper, full page. Interesting. How, I don't know why, but that's very interesting. So it was like, 4 friends could all stitch it. Full page color, full page black and white, full page color top, full page color bottom. Wow. That would be cute as an itty bitty tiny drum, we kind of wrap it and make it a pin cushion. Oh my gosh, the ideas. I'm not going to make the little penny things on the side. I'm just going to do the middle. But I really like it. I like the basket. And these little witches, I'm not going to do it as a Halloween sampler like it's set up. Well, it's not a sampler. Piece, whatever you call it. And I'm not going to use that quote. So I'm going to take the little witches out, although they are cute. They just look like girls with pigtails, if you look closely. Girls with pigtails, beep. And I'm not going to use the quote. Either I'll put a different quote in there, or where the girls are, I'll put some curlicues, flowers, birds, something. I'll get something to put in there. And then it'll be more of just a beautiful little sampler piece. So, Barbara Anna Designs, part of my haul. When you order stuff from Sassy Jacks, it comes wrapped up so nice. And you get, oh goodness, I don't need that. You get with it all kinds of goodies in your bag. So I have a little John James tapestry needle, size 26. She sends that. You also get this to put on the back of your framed piece, a little description of it, a little history of your piece. Isn't that sweet? Yeah. Oh, my EGA card. Great, I shoved that in there. And then, of course, her card. This is where I bought it. Sassy Jack Stitchery. Kim is really lovely. So, between the Attic and Sassy Jacks, like they covered the market. That's it. It's like, they are modern day cross stitch, right? Something else. Oh, I forgot to mention, I bought a ball tip needle. I heard about people talking about them, and when I was at the Attic, I bought one, and they're a little larger than the little needles I was using. I believe a 26 might have been the smallest you could get it. So I've been using this little ball tip needle, and I know that you can't even see that. You can't. Not on anything. Nothing I hold up will you be able to see it. It's there, little ball tip. And it's really interesting. I've been using it on this piece, and it really, it's because it's 40 count, it's easier, it goes right through. It really finds the hole, like ding, immediately. But what I've noticed with the ball tip is that it skips the threads. It really finds the holes, but it always finds 3 over. So I've been stitching, stitched over 2, over 2, and then ding, there'll be like an over 3 somewhere, and I have to rip it all out. That's what happened over the H. Yeah, so I really like it, but you really have to pay attention because for some reason it just rolls over and catches a 3rd thread. And you have to really count, really make sure that you're on over 2, down 2. Yeah, pay a little more attention to it. But I do like the ball tip needle. I don't know if I'm gonna just replace what I use with that. Maybe I'll have one whip that uses it. It's beautiful on 40 count, it works great. So if you wanna experiment a little bit, broaden your horizons, a ball tip needle. Yay. Okay, I'm not going to make it too terribly long, but I do want to cover one more thing. I've been doing a lot of sewing, and if you've seen any previous videos, you know that I purchased a lot of Hands Across the Sea patterns. I single-handedly keep Nicola Parkman in business. No, I purchased a few. And my goal was, because I know these are going to take me years to do. I do plan on stitching them, and they will take a long time, and I know that. And they will be my loves, you know, the things that I go to relax and just be. Yeah, I haven't started one yet. It's almost like I'm saving it for something really special. What am I saving it for? I don't know. I want to finish maybe these two pieces that I'm doing before I start the really long one. It may not happen. I may start it anyways. But I wanted to make a needlework set, like I sell on the Elegant Thread on Etsy for myself. That's how this all started. I make them for myself for each of those patterns. And I've done that. I have one left that I haven't finished yet. But I'll show them to you just so you can see what my sets look like for the Hands Across the Sea patterns, charts that I will be stitching. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, there are a lot of them. Yeah. And I'm not done. I have one more. I'm going to change one of these out. I found something that I think is a little bit better for that pattern. So I tried to for me, kind of match a little bit the feeling of that chart, what it makes me feel like, and because I know that, you know, every time I go to get it, I want it to be beautiful, and I want to look at it. Yeah, so. It started, and I don't have any more of this fabric because I'm not happy with the quality of the fabric, so I will keep looking and I'll find more. It's Tudor Rose fabric. It's Tudor Rose fabric. This was, I ordered it online, and it's cotton, and it's a thicker cotton. I like that because I want my bags to be in canvas or some kind of a thicker decor fabric. I only use the plain cotton really for the liners, but this is screen printed, and I don't know, something about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll order some more. I don't know if I squish it or wash it or do something to it to make it softer. It's just not soft enough for me. But this is Tudor Rose fabric. All of these are sold out. I had a few of these, made these sets, and I like it. And I have my little fancy, I like to, you know, make them fancy. I lined it with Paris just because I had it, and it was red. So that's not that Tudors were in Paris, but that's just that's just how it came. And then inside I have my notions case, and this notions case, this is a needle minder. So it comes off, and it's a needle minder. It's lined with bee fabric, and inside I have all of my silks. And it's nice. This bag is nice enough, big enough to hold all the silk, because this project I'm about to show you is large. Well, not as large as some of the fabrics charts that she has. This is the very first chart that I purchased from Hands Across the Sea. Elizabeth Atkinson, 1829. Love, love, love it. For Hands Across the Sea, this is a bit of a smaller chart, smaller sampler. I do have some 46 count weeks parchment. That's what I'm going to stitch it on. And then I also made for this one extra notions bag. You see this little matches the other one, and this one's lined with a blue French linen. And in here I keep, well, notions, like the scissors. These are Tudor Rose scissors. And I have a little rose scissor fob with a Tudor Rose charm at the bottom. So that's for my Elizabeth Atkinson. That's fun. You know, it's special, and I'm going, every time I pull it out, it, you know, it makes me smile, and it's great. So everything, all of this fits back into the bag, you know, makes it a little full, but it all fits back in, boop, to the bag, and there it is, it's ready to go. That's Elizabeth Atkinson, that's the Tudor Rose fabric. That was the first one I made. That was the inspiration piece for making a set that goes with each of my Hands Across the Sea samplers. Yeah, very, very fun. Okay, the next one is this red fabric. And I put this beautiful bronze button on it. I love this red fabric. It's a thicker, this is the kind of fabric that I like. It's kind of a canvasy fabric. And I lined this in red dots. And I did make I also made 2 Notions bags for this one, because this is for Harriet Salt. Harriet Salt. Red work. Oh, I can't wait to start that. Wonderful. I'm going to stitch her on a 56 count, wait for it, Cafe Ole Zweigart Kingston. Oh my gosh. You should feel this linen. It's like butter. Oh. So that's going to be my first foray into 56 count. This is the pattern, the chart that I was wandering around the attic looking for, you know, which silk am I going to use, and Nicholas Partman helped me pick it out. And when she says you will use this silk, you use that silk. So and here's the silks. They all fit neatly into my bag, and I don't, it doesn't have a name, but this is the color of the silk that I'm going to use, the red, on this. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. So that's lovely. So that's to hold the silks. This bag is the floss bag, and then I have another Notions bag, and that's where I'll keep my scissors and things like that. I don't, you know, I'm using my scissors, so I don't have them in here, but I do have the fob that I will put on them. So this silver fob, all these beautiful floral charms, and a little scissor at the bottom. So this will be my fob. And for this one, my needle minder will be a pair of scissors. And it has the ergonomic button back, boop, making it easier to grab onto, and it's red. Matches the red dots inside the bag. Yay! This is the only one of these. I have 2 more that I haven't finished yet that are in work. So eventually these will be up in the store, but not right now. Yeah. I had to make myself one. Sorry, all the plastic. First, oh, that linen is so beautiful. So it all fits, and you can see, back into the bag. Boop. Beep. You have to have sound effects. Harriet Salt and her bag. Yay. Okay, the next ones I don't have kitted up, but I have the chart. So this is the fabric. It's that wonderful canvasy fabric. It's lined with dragonflies, blue dragonflies, and it has a Notions bag that'll hold the silks that go with it. And this is for Miss Marianne Bourne's 1791. Okay, there's some people that are stitching this, and it's a Sal, and it's called #Jungle Someone's son, I believe, saw the pattern and asked if that was a jungle igloo. So it's not, it's a biscuit, but that's very sweet. There's a Sal for that. So get the pattern, yeah, stitch the Sal. So when I do stitch this, I mean, the florals in it are so beautiful and the colors are so beautiful. I put that in this bag. That's where Miss Marianne Bourne's lives. Yay! Okay, this is the next one. I adore toile. This is the toile bag. It's gonna be yellow and a bluish green. It's beautiful. You can see the scene actually continues. Oh, that's not bad stitching, if I do say so myself. Okay, It's lined with this wonderful like teal fabric, and it has a notions bag that has a nice size, which is also lined with the teal fabric. And this is for When Thou Art Rich. Ta-da! Oh, I can't wait. What draws me to this is kind of the yellows in it. Yeah, this is going to be great. Fun, great fun, because it's kind of a band sampler and it has some specialty stitches in it. Yes. Nice. So that goes in here. That goes in this bag, When Thou Art Rich. I just love this toile. I also have some bags that are a blue and white toile, you know, more traditional. I love that too. Okay, the next one is another floral, a blue floral. Isn't this great? And I put this wonderful blue flower button on it. And it's lined with blue, light blue. I have a notions bag for it. That's also lined in the light blue. I don't always do them matchy-matchy like this, but in this one I did. This is for Harriet Heartland. And you know, when you first look at it, you see a lot of green, but then when you really start to look at it, you realize that these flowers are all blue, and they're a beautiful color blue. So that's why I chose this fabric for Harriet Heartland. So Harriet lives in here. Harriet, hod-hearted harbinger of haggis. Oh, name the movie. That's an aviator thing, the whole name the movie quotes thing. Sorry. It's from So I Married an Axe Murderer. I know that it's a funny movie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the name, don't let it scare you off. It's a funny movie. It's a comedy. So here's the next one. Ooh, aren't these butterflies beautiful? Oh, girl. Okay. It lined in this wonderful blue wavy fabric. And a nice big notions bag, because this is going to have a lot of silks too. This is lined with postal fabric. Oh, isn't that fun? This is for Elizabeth Beavan, 1835. Elizabeth Beavan, 1835. She lives in this beautiful, I mean, there are some gorgeous blues in there. She lives in this beautiful butterfly bag. Elizabeth Beavan, butterfly. And then this one I'm going to change. I'll show you what I have right now, but it's not going to stay. I have a beautiful peacock fabric that I'm not done with my bag yet, that I'm going to use for this pattern. But for right now, I have this one. It's Paris. Of course, I'm a Francophile. I love all things Paris. I used to have a guest bedroom, and we called it the Paris room because it had a black and white toile, and it had this wonderful Eiffel Tower pillow, and this black wrought iron bed. It was really great. So Paris, and it's lined with this French linen tea towel. And a long notions bag, because the silks will fit in here, which is also lined in the French linen tea towel. And right now I have Jane Vaughn in there. But Jane Vaughn is not going to live in here for long. She's going to have the peacock bag. I don't know, it just, the colors, multiple colors, she needs a peacock bag. But for right now, she lives in this beautiful Paris bag. I really adore the fact that it's lined in French linen tea towel. I mean, that's, I love that. Okay, so I know, you know, it's cross stitch. I keep cross stitch in them, but those are my project bags. I make them for myself, and then when I have extras, I post them up on my Etsy site. So I do have extras of a few of those, and it's The Elegant Thread, all one word, on Etsy. That's my my shop. And I have a few left. Okay, so that's everything. And you might have noticed the fabric behind me when I when I went to grab these. This is for Halloween. I found the coolest Halloween fabric. I don't normally stitch Halloween things, although I do in October. I'll show you. I have a Halloween sampler that I stitched. I found what I thought was this awesome, cool fabric. And some people I tell about it, they're like, oh my God, that is so awesome. My mom thought it was so awesome. She asked me to stitch her one. And then some people are like, oh, I'm so not into that. Oh well, you know, to each their own. But I found a fabric that is zombie pinup girls. Oh, hey now. Yes! Okay, so this is it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And she's gonna be lined in polka dots. So these are coming. These are not done yet. Sorry, they're behind me. I'm in the process of making that. I have to also kind of get creative and come up, you know, minders and fobs, and then it's a whole process, and it's kind of a long process. All right, so that's it. I hope in this this time you had a little bit of stitching done, that you counted correctly, and there is no frogging. Senior Frog was at my house. Hopefully he didn't visit you. And I will see you next time. If you have any comments, have any questions, post them down below. And I don't know what I'll put in the description box, because I'll put a link to my Etsy shop. I haven't really mentioned much. I mean, the Flosstubers I've mentioned, hopefully you've seen. I'll put them in there as well. So have a really fantastic day, and I hope you have a great stitchy day. See you next time.